Hello everybody, welcome to Technique Tuesday. Today I'm going to show you how to make this triple swing card. It opens like this. There is 3 cutouts which swing, which is why it's triple swing. So I thought it was really quite an interesting card. I've had it saved in my archives for about 5 or 6 years and I thought, oh, that's something quite interesting to do. So I've updated the one I did years back with the lemon lime twist and using the Bright and Beautiful Designer Series paper, but the principle's the same. So let's get on and I'll show you how to make it. So it needs a piece of cardstock. This is the lemon lime twist and it's 8.5 by 5.5. All the directions and dimensions of course will be in the bottom as usual. So 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, but it's also scored at 2 1/8, so it zigzags back on itself, which we're familiar with when we've made the ZZ fold cards. So that's how it is. But how do we get the cutout with the oval die without it popping the whole thing out? And there's a quick and easy trick as to how we do that. So let me show you. What we need to do first of all is measure the middle of this area. So the way I did that, 5.5, the middle of that is 2 3/4, and I literally just laid it down. Well, we can do it where it's 1 up to the 2 3/4 mark and just put a little pencil tick on there. Easy peasy. So we know that's the middle. And then what we'll do is we'll take the oval die. I cut the ovals that I used for the greetings out of these 2 punches. So there's the scalloped punch and there's the plain punch. In the catalogue right now it's 1 punch, but they do the same job. And this oval out of the oval dies is just conveniently the size bigger. So we'll pop the die onto there. We can make sure it's centered on this score line, make sure it's centered in the middle, and then just take a post-it note and line it up with the score line, which just helps me get the cutting blades into the right place. And it also helps hold the die down. And then when we go to run it through the embossing machine, we'll put, there's the plate goes on the bottom for the sandwich, but when we come to put the top plate on, which will add enough pressure to cut, we just put that up to this score line and the edge of the post-it note. So when it goes through the machine, there's pressure from the sandwich and it only lasts as far as there. When the rest of the bottom plate goes through, there's not enough to press onto this to cut it. So that's how we got the 3 cut marks. And this is what we did. So I just cut the first one, then I centered it up to cut the second one and did the same at the bottom and centered it up. And each time I just popped the ever increasingly crumpled post-it note on, only put the top plate as far as that line, and it conveniently cut all 3 of them out for me. That just popped through and nothing got cut on this side. So this is the basis that we're going to use. I just need to do some stamping. I did go ahead and cut my scallop punches out, but you know, just for truth in advertising, you just pop it in, punch it out, and we've got a scalloped one. And then I'm going to stamp the greetings. And what I did for mine, because I'm using the Bright and Beautifuls with all these lovely colors, I literally just picked 3 colors out of the background and stamp them in each one, so it sort of ties it in with the bright and jolliness. So we'll do Granny Apple Green, and that's because you're awesome. And then we'll take the plain punch and line it up, and we can see that it's centered. Punch that one out. Then we'll take Smile with the Azure Afternoon Actually, I'll just do that upside down so you don't use too much cardstock. So there's the blue one. Again, like I say, they're just all colours that got picked out of the designer series paper. That's where I got the inspiration for them from. So there's the smile. And then last but not least, we want the happy birthday. And we'll do that in the berry burst. It's a bit of a stronger colour, and because you want happy birthday to be the dominant message, and it's the one that's at the top, there we go, happy birthday. So that's all of the 3 greetings stamped and punched, and then we can go about building the card. So here's the base with the 3 half punches in it. What we're going to need next is a piece of the designer series paper and a piece of basic white that will go next to it, and they are each 5 3/4 by 2, and then they will fit on the inside. So I'm going to grab the granny apple green back in, and I took these greetings, the birthday and everything came from the circle sayings. There's the smile, the because you're awesome, and happy birthday. And the inside greeting I took from Sentimental Park, and I took let's celebrate in you and built them onto one acrylic block, so we just get one continuous message. So we'll ink that up with the green, pop it on, and then that's ready to go on the inside of the card. So we just put some rolling adhesive onto these. There we go. This one is going to go, oops, up to the edge, so there's a nice border around. And then the white with the greeting on will just butt up against it, and that will fill in the middle of the card. So when the card closes, there's just a little peek that there is a hidden message ready to be viewed. So then what we'll do is we'll take the 3 greetings, pop those onto the 3 scalloped punches that we've already made. Here's one I made earlier. That's the spare one. And then we will put the adhesive on the back of these. And the good thing is, because the card was scored and folded at the front, they can be a little bit wobbly. But once we've got the greeting on, it's going to hold it nice and firmly in place. So I'm just centering these up inside each of the ovals. This one is going to hide the pencil mark that we made. And now they're a lot more sturdy. They don't sort of flop around so much. And last but not least, I got a piece of, it was a little slither that was left after I'd cut it down, and it's the same colours, of course, because it's from the same pack of designer series paper. And I thought, oh, you would be rather lovely to go on the front of my card. So I'm just going to pop it on, just like that. And then I haven't used these sequins in a long time. These are the Artistry Bloom adhesive back sequins. They are actually retired, but I loved them at the time and I bought so many of them. I'm just going to pop a few onto here, so it adds a little bit of bling. And it ties in with the Berry Burst Red. And there you have it. Triple swing card. It's easy to master as long as you remember not to put the cutting plate further over. And to the same, you can mix and mingle the colours. You could have them all one colour. I saw it made on a black background with colour, and that actually really had a pop. But I do like the lemon lime twist. I think it's bright and cheerful. and then the sequins I remembered with the berry burst red. So there you have it. If you like what you've seen, please subscribe, ring the bell, and then you'll get notifications of when I've posted other videos. I like likes, that helps keep my algorithm busy. If you want to share me with any of your friends, that also works. That's great. That's a huge compliment. And there you have it. Last but not least, thanks so much for watching.